All right, Jeskai Geist. I think I kept this one. Yeah, strings immediately because I'm gonna need a land. Um, and I end up actually deciding to get a lantern instead, since because they did mold a 5, and I was like, yeah, it'll be okay. And I did not get a land, so they scryed, so I go ahead and mill with Shredder, and I go ahead and see their top card. Still don't get my second land. And I'm okay with them getting that because I noticed they didn't play their second land, if I remember correctly. Is that right? I don't know. But either way, Spell Snare does nothing to me really. So they did not play a second land. Go ahead and take a look at their hand. Let's see what to get rid of. Um, I believe I got rid of, yeah. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten rid of Logic Knot. And go ahead and name the Flooded Strand that's on top. Let's continue to keep them off of lands for a little bit. So I see that I'm not going to be able to keep them off lands now. So I go to Thoughtseize, and let's go ahead and get rid of the Logic Knot, because that way next turn I can just play Bridge, and I'll be okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm okay with them drawing lands now. All I have to do is keep them off of, what's it called? Cryptic. And I'll be safe. Now, they tapped out for the Geist, so I go ahead and just go to empty my hand. Get the Helix, because, again, Spell Snare doesn't matter at this point. And it's just pretty easy just to keep them off of stuff now. I don't mind if they Spell Queller my thingy. Needle, let them Spell Queller that too. Not too worried. So they're going to path their own critters now to try to get the lands they need and to try to keep Snapcaster in play. We're for a second bridge because that means they're going to need 2 cryptics, and they concede. So game 2. At the time I was playing Ray of Revelation in the side because Stony Silence takes out 2. In hindsight, however, so I'll go ahead and play the Lantern. And I draw the extra card. Inquisition learns how to negate. They know about the Thoughtseize because they saw me draw it, so I'll draw the Thoughtseize and I'll grab the Interior Explosives. Kind of have to draw. I get that. Desperately need a green source here, and I do not get it. So now they're going to keep their stuff open because they want to Snapcaster negate. So I'll go ahead and leave that. Go ahead and get a second bridge. So even if they negate it, I can still get bridge. Yeah, get an opal. I'm just going to try to play out my hand as much as I can. I did side in Torpor Orb because it helps against both Spell Queller and Snapcaster. Now again, if the opponent taps out for this, I'll be able to play bridge. If they don't, if they just keep mana open, they don't have a threat. So I'll just play the long game. I go to Whir at the end of their turn. Yeah, they snap in response and helix me, which is pretty smart. Get my bridge, a jar, and another bridge. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do about this thing. I was thinking about milling it, and I decided not to, because I figure if they tap out for it, then I can just play up my hand next turn and start gaining life. And if they don't tap out for it, then again, I'll just play out my hand and whatnot. Or if they don't tap out for it, yeah, I'll still play out my stuff. I'll just play bridge. If they don't counter it. Or if they counter it, then I can play orb and it stops the whole come into play ability thing here. And if they don't counter bridge, then I still play this and I'll still be at enough life where it's not going to kill me. Yeah, so they tap out for it. And it's at this point I realize that because of this card right here, I'm screwed. Because they can just bounce bridge to my hand. I'll have 2 cards in hand and they swing for the win. Yeah. So game 3. Yeah, keep this. It's a mulligan, but yeah, cage before they can counter it. And play this out early because that way they can't counter my spells. I do gain a life because I have 3 artifacts. Drawing a ton of lands. I'm leaving this out because I want to keep gaining life. As long as they're not doing anything, then I don't have to worry about it. If they do tap out for something on their turn, then I can go get my bridge and play it. Yeah. So stirrings, they did tap so that they can't counter a bridge if I get one. And there's a bridge. And I'm like, oh, screw it. Even if they counter it, I'll just put it back on top. And if I need to, I'll put it under Pixis, and then I'll pop Pixis to put it directly into play. But it resolves because they don't have a counter. I don't really know this quite yet. But yeah. Unfortunately, that means they do pop explosives, and it takes out my cage and my Pixis. If they had put it on 3 and popped it, though, they would have killed their own Geist. So put cage on top. They're going to counter cage, or exile it. And here I'm thinking about whether or not I want to pop fair. So I'll put Pixis on top. I'm explaining that these cards will not come back. And again, using Pixis to try to put cards on. So they're trying to build up so they get lethal in one swing here. Because, yeah, if they bounce it and then counter it, or if they try to bounce it, I can just search for another one and play both of them. They can counter one, but it's not going to be enough. So, look at my top. I want to keep that lantern. Now here, now you notice I forgot to draw my extra card for the Bauble. If I had done that, I win. Actually, that's a huge misplay that cost me the game here for getting that trigger. So technically, yeah, I guess I should have won. But Yeah, because especially what's underneath the torpor orb. Yeah. So in response, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to whir. They're going to dispel it. So there's a stirrings. They yeah, they don't counter. I'm going to die because of these things now. So I'm thinking, well, I need to get a needle. But I think I setted out my needles. I don't remember. I think I had one. So go to stirrings. They're not there. So yeah, they have exactly enough to kill me this turn because I forgot that trigger. So oh well.